Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sunday morning live stream, but this time with positive vibes because Luton have won 3-0 away from home against Burton. This stream, what I'll do is we'll talk about the Burton game, but with it being transfer deadline day tomorrow at 7 p.m, it closes on Monday. We're also going to talk some transfer business. And then next week, we'll talk about the business which we've done. Next week, I believe, is international break. So not much football for us to really talk about. So that one will be a lot more chilled out stream next week. And yeah, maybe talking about the England game, which I think is on Saturday, I believe. But yeah, plenty of content coming your way. But yeah, let's talk about the Burton game first. So I didn't think the scoreline would have been 3-0 after seeing the starting 11. I think for me right now this year, we haven't got quite the right combinations right on the pitch. So the right combinations up top, the right combinations in the midfield, the right combinations in the defence. We haven't got it right at all. Against Burton, we did get it right. We got it absolutely spot on. And you saw it in the way we were playing, the movement with and without the ball, less touches on the ball, more passing it in triangles. It was so much better. We were breaking Burton down. Look, Burton, I don't think they're going to have a good season. I did predict them to finish, around those relegation places. I feel like they might actually stay up more than Peterborough because Peterborough right now they don't look good whatsoever. But you've still got to win a game of football. You've still got to go to someone else's ground and win. And to score 3 goals and play the way we did, I'm very happy with that performance. I'm delighted with Alli Nordås getting his first goal of the season. It still feels really weird saying his name Nordås, not Nordås. But that's the correct way of saying it. But yeah, happy with him getting his first goal in a Luton shirt. Yes, he got a bit of luck, but for strikers, it's just about, finding that first goal and then the rest hopefully will follow. So that will give him lots of confidence. Even the assist for Zach Nelson's for the third goal, really, really good pass and move play. He done really well, Nordås. All game, he done well. He became a focal point. He got others involved. He links the play up so well. His movement as well, he's a handful to deal with. I don't think players actually like to deal with him because he's great with the ball at his feet, but also he's quite physical at the same time. So yeah, really good performance from him. If you ask me if he would have scored before the game, I would have said no after seeing the drills, which he was doing, the shooting drills. He was like missing every single one pretty much. But look, I'm happy with him. Alli's goal was fantastic. Really good attacking display there. Couldn't get any more side netting with that shot. And then the third one, Zach Nelson, just really good, composed finish. Good ball control. And this is Zach Nelson's fantastic opportunity at, getting into the Luton team. James Justin, when we had him, when Dan Potts got injured and couldn't get back fit, James Justin came in and you couldn't drop him. And hopefully it's going to be the same again with Zach Nelson. Baptiste this time is the injured player. Can Zach Nelson claim a starting spot week in, week out? Because look, he's got the potential for sure. He's got the ability. Oh, pardon me. I've just had breakfast. But yeah, he's got the ability. And it's whether or not he can actually, consistently produce these types of performances week in, week out in a Luton shirt. And hopefully he can, because if he can, he will then, be a regular starter for Luton. So I thought overall it was a good game. There were 1 or 2 moments in defence where we were a bit sloppy. That's going to happen. It don't matter who you're playing against. A team at some point is going to have a 5-minute spell, a 10-minute spell to try and oppose themselves on you and have a good game. But yeah, they didn't really do that, Burton. They had 1 or 2 moments, but that was pretty much it. But happy days. We've got the 3 points. We now need to back up this performance with another win. Our next league game is Plymouth at home, who've just lost 4-0 to Cardiff. So confidence with them is going to be pretty low. I don't know if they're playing next week. I don't know if their game's been postponed due to international call-ups. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, because if it hasn't, then they'll be playing, of course, and whether or not they'll win, it will be a different story altogether. But yeah, they're not doing well right now. It's really strange how they've started this season. And there were Luton fans at the start of in the summer window, I want to say July, that were going, oh, Plymouth are doing all this business, Luton, we're not doing anything. And look how both sides have started off the season. So yeah, Plymouth, not great whatsoever. But yeah, that's how I saw the game. Good performance. You know, we'll talk about, I'm sure, a few more things about it when I read your comments. But let me know in the chat, guys, what pieces of recruitment you want Luton to do. I've seen rumours about Woodrow going to Leyton Orient on a loan deal, I believe. I've seen rumours about Tom Holmes going to Rotherham on a loan deal. Fane's had a lot of rumours that he could potentially go into Italy. So that's potentially 3 players leaving. I'm not seeing too many rumours about Nakamba. Hopefully he's going to be one that goes. But yeah, hopefully we get some players out of the door, because we can't sign players unless players leave. I think the Shaden Morris deal looks like it's pretty much happening. We're just waiting for Luton to announce it, as the player never played for Aberdeen. He got called away from playing in the Europa League game. So he's a winger. He's not a wing back. He's definitely a winger, but he's an impact player. From what I've seen, he just comes on the pitch and he just uses his pace, and he causes all sorts of problems. His numbers from coming off the bench, by the way, are impressive. Like, they are really good numbers. But even when he does start, he doesn't look like he has bad games. But it'd be interesting to see. Aberdeen fans rate him from the ones which I've seen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do in a Luton shirt. But let me read some of your comments in the chat. It's very active right now, so thank you very much. While I'm reading your chat, guys, while I'm reading your messages, please smash the like button on the stream. As you know, it does help the stream perform better on YouTube when it does get posted out, and it also reaches to a wider audience. Morning, Mick. How are you doing? Happy stream today, of course. Jellybelly27, you've put Nordås needed that goal. He did. Onwards and upwards for him now. Good all-round performance from him. Zach 2, great game. 100% spot on comment there, Jellybelly. George, you put, morning Lewis, hope you're well. Lassie Nordås, best performance yet. Goal and assist, but not only that, Zach Nelson as well, goal and assist. Then Alli's goal was just a touch of class. Yeah, all 3 goals were great. And we could have scored 4 or 5, couldn't we? Yates had a chance. Naki Wells had a shot from distance. Zach Nelson hit the post. So yeah, we did have more chances, which was great. And yeah, we just need to keep this up, really, don't we? We need to have consecutive games like that. And that will just give fans even more confidence going into games. They'll start believing more. Because even though I was in the stands at Burton, and I can still sense some fans just wasn't quite there yet with their confidence, despite how well we were performing on the pitch. So I think we need to keep backing these results up, and yeah, just keep getting better and better. Mick, you've put really happy with Nordås. I'm also really happy. Neil, you've commented saying, just hope the Nordås knockers get off his back now. He's been outstanding in every game he's featured in this year. I think he's been really good. I think he's been a massive difference to the way we like to play, getting others involved, and we're creating more chances with him on the pitch. You know, for me, he's got to start every week, and you can't drop him now after he scored a goal and got an assist. Jellybelly27, you've put a very different feeling this Sunday morning at last, 100%. And you have referred to Neil's comment by saying, I always thought Nordås was a decent player, and there was a decent player there. But yeah, spot on there. Danny, you've put best performance so far, 100%. Neil, you've put Lewis, who was the second player that they mentioned on OK Football as the guy from Aberdeen. I don't know what Ollie has said on OK Football. I haven't watched his video. He might message me saying, Lewis, how dare you not watch my video? I don't know who he said. I need to watch his video if he has said something. But I know we've got signings in the bag. I know we're doing something, but we've got to wait for players to leave first. So you see the players which I've been told good things. Let me just tell you that. I've been told good things. So fingers crossed we can get these deals over the line. Mick, you've put, couldn't agree more about Nordås. Good morning, Phil. How you doing? Nordås seems just to add something different. He does. Mark, you put great result, but not too excited. Our defending worried me a bit. A better side might have scored, but that's football, mate, isn't it, Mark? You know, some teams will take advantage. Some teams just won't. I do think if we were playing a better side, especially in the second half, the first opening 5 to 10 minutes, I think a team would have done some more damage to us in that period of time. But then again, I think it's also a mentality thing. I think when you play up, when you know you're up against a better opposition, you kind of don't do certain things the same as you would do against a team that's in the bottom half, or when you're 2-0 up in a game, you're a little bit more cautious. So yeah, I think you just got to take that with a bit of salt. Yeah, maybe against a better side they would have done more damage, but we didn't play against a better side, did we? So we won the game. Yes, there were a few moments. It's not the finished article. Hopefully we'll improve and get better. Neil, you've commented, how many different goal scorers is that now? Keep getting the goal scorers in. Got to keep getting them in. You know, goals need to be spread all around the pitch. So I've got a comment here saying, firstly, from PV Limited. Firstly, I think your channel is brilliant. Keep up the good work and morning to all. Have to ask a side question about our green kit. Is it a yay or nay for myself? Now, I did do a post about this online. If you're not following me on social media, the links are down in the video description. And when it was announced, I knew it was green. I knew it was green weeks ago. And I didn't know what type of colour of green it was going to be. Now, I think realistically, it's not a bad kit. Like, I don't think it's a terrible kit. I think it's quite unique. But my issue with the kit is I don't resonate with it. That's my issue. Like, I know why we've done a green kit. I think it's a PR move more than anything. I would prefer it to be white, and someone actually did a custom-made design. So the same design kit, all they did was change the colours, and they made it white. And honestly, the kit was so much better. Now, I get the design, it's the trees, it's, you know, the 4 streets around Luton Stadium, they're named after trees like Beach Path, Oak Road and so on. So I get the concept of the design, but with it being green, it's green because we're with a self-sustainable, we're with a planet-friendly kit supplier. That's why it's green. It's not green because of the street names, it's green because we're with a certain kit supplier. And I'd rather the club just be honest and say that rather than go, actually, we're trying to be fancy. But they never was going to do that. I just think it's a PR move personally. But I don't resonate with the colour green. You know, Luton, for me, yes, there's a tiny bit of green on our badge. But I think we're clutching at straws there. But it's not Luton colours. Historically, Luton, we play in white, we've played in black, we played in orange. So that, for me, are the Luton colours. I don't resonate with any other colour. I know we've played in purple, but I get the purple because I think we played in purple right at the start. I think I've got the kits there on my wall, and you won't be able to see, but there's a particular pink kit here which is very retro, and we've had that for years. We've had orange, we've had a bit of blue. So for me, I just don't resonate properly with the green aspect. If it was white, I would have been a lot happier. I definitely would have, have got the kit. But because it's green, I don't resonate with it. I don't want to buy it personally. But because it's so unique, and it's the first time we've ever had a green kit before, I feel like in 50 years' time, it will go down as a really retro style kit, and it might be worth getting. I'm not too sure. So I'm 50-50, but I feel like I'm going to be contradicting myself massively if I just go and buy it when I don't really want to. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. It's a nay for me because of the colour, not because of the design. But look, if we're going to perform the way we did against Burton playing in that kit, then yeah, let's play it every game. Don't care. Green Army all the way. And to be fair, the chants yesterday at Burton were quite funny, because I think if you don't laugh, you end up crying. So it was good banter. The great games, you've commented saying, did Makosso go bold? Yes, he did. And he performed quite well, I felt. John, you've put, good morning, Lewis. Good win. Very good game. It was indeed. Neil, Baptiste must be the unluckiest footballer in the world with injuries. I actually think he's going to retire early. I don't... Apparently, this is his second ACL injury, and I don't know if it's on the same knee, because if it is on the same knee, that I don't see any way of a player coming back from that. As someone who's done an ACL injury, it's absolutely horrible. You go through months of physio. You go through months of not being able to do your typical movements, and then you have after impact with it as well. And it's like wear and tear, isn't it? Like the more you use it, the worse it gets. And I can imagine when he's older, he's going to just struggle, like just with normal movement as old people do. But I think he would struggle even more. Even I have issues now. I can make my knee click all the time from my injury. It's honestly really horrible. Actually, can I make it click? I actually just made it click then, but I don't think you heard it through the microphone. But honestly, it's an absolutely horrible injury to have. I don't see him playing for Luton again, personally. I'd be shocked, because it's just such a big injury, isn't it? And it's happened to the wrong player. PV Limited, you've commented saying, hopefully we can get a good couple of wins versus Barnet and Plymouth to get some momentum going. Good, solid win yesterday. 100%. I think the Barnet game, we're going to play a rotated side. I think some youngsters will play. I'm not going to do a match preview on the Barnet game. I've made the decision that I'm not going to do like a normal match preview one. I'm going to upload something rather than nothing. So it'd be like a really short video. But I'm not going to be talking for 5 minutes long or anything like that and going into detail, because honestly, the transfers tomorrow I think is going to keep me quite busy with content. And what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I'm going to produce a video for every bit of transfer news. I might just wait until the end of the day and then do like a big video at the end. So that's my thinking behind it. I don't see a point in me doing a video on a player and then literally as I've just done the video, we announce another one or something like that, or a player goes. It wouldn't make sense for me to do that. So I'm going to wait until the very end and do like a deadline day special video. I think I've done that in the past actually. And yeah, just produce a video like that. So that's what you'll see on Monday night. Hopefully it'll be out around 9 o'clock time, because the window closes at 7. There might be a few last minute deals that get confirmed after the deadline. And then hopefully I get the video out before 9 o'clock. So transfer deadline day special there. So that would be tomorrow's video. What I'll do is, I'll produce the match preview in the morning. I think the preview will be around like 2 to 3 minutes long. So I'll produce that during the day. I'm going to the game against Barnet on Tuesday. So I'll give you guys a match reaction for that. And then I'll do like a follow-up video on the Wednesday, just reacting to the game. Thursday, I'm going to do like a transfer special. And then Friday will be a predictions video for the games that are happening next weekend. And yeah, just produce loads and loads of content. But yeah, I will be reacting to our summer business in a lot more detail after the window. So plenty of content coming your way next week. George, you commented saying, Keeley, 4 clean sheets now as well. It's nice to keep clean sheets. And for him as well, he made a fantastic save towards the end, which was great. Mick, you feel really sorry for Baptiste. Yeah, it's just a horrible injury. I missed a comment here. G1K2, if Fane and Nakamba leave, we might be short on midfielders if more injuries crop up. I think, well, if Fane goes, I think we're going to have to get another midfielder in, because then you're down by 2 midfielders, because Baptiste ain't going to be returning back at any point during the season. And then also, yeah, Fane's going as well. But if Nakamba goes, that's 3 midfielders leaving, so you definitely got to bring a midfielder in. Plymouth to play Stockport next Saturday. I don't think that game will go ahead. I think Stockport have got too many internationals, I think. Let me have a quick look. Let's see if it's been called off while we're here. God, Plymouth's fixtures are well tough then. If they've just played Cardiff, Stockport and then Luton, that's their 3 games. Wow. Stockport v Plymouth. Stockport will absolutely destroy Plymouth. Okay, so Plymouth are at home. So they've actually advertising tickets for this. So actually, no, this is still going ahead by the sounds of things. Oh, I might watch that. If that's on Sports Plus, I might actually give that a watch. That'd be a really good game to watch, actually. Yeah, they're selling tickets for this, so I think the game is still going ahead as normal. They've received 1,770 tickets. Oh my God, Plymouth are charging 28 quid for the game. 28 quid, man, for a League One game. That's just ridiculous, man. Ticket prices is just terrible. Like, what do they think they're doing? I could rant about ticket prices for a very long time. But mental. Rich, you've put right back, left back, Cam, and a CM if Fane leaves. I don't think we'll get 2 midfielders in. I think that won't happen. I don't think we get a right back in either. I think we're covered in right back. I think we need a left back though. Definitely need another winger. So we're going to get this Shaden Morris in and then get another centre mid in. So that's 3 players. Traveller UK, you've put Luton fans have been saying that they won't do well after their first few games, but I've always been saying this result was coming because your players are gelling. Your squad is a championship one. When they feel like it though, they don't always feel like a championship one. Neil, you've put Nordås is the most improved player in a Luton shirt since the start of the season. Yeah, I can confirm that. Martin, you've put Ethan Archer is the rumoured second player. I haven't seen anything online, but this would also back what I've been told by someone else, because I was told ages ago that we were after Ethan Archer from Cheltenham, but I haven't seen anything online. To be fair, I haven't really been on social media, so let me have a quick look. Let me just do a little quick Google, Ethan Archer. There's a strong chance that Cheltenham Town Ethan Archer is being sold to a League One club before Monday's transfer deadline day. This is from Lincoln and also Plymouth being interested. He's a good player and he can also play left wing back, so that will solve that issue. But it looks like, yeah, he's going to be leaving. I wouldn't mind him. He's a really good player, Ethan Archer. George, you've commented saying it was a slow start as well with 2 Burton players going down. I thought Jordan Clark was good yesterday as well. Yeah, the slowing down really, really frustrated me actually, because like I don't know what they were doing. And also, the Burton player, he was off the pitch. Like, he was literally on the line. And they were treating him on the pitch where they could have just taken 2 steps back and we could have continued the game. They would have been playing with 10 men and we could have just got on with it. It was really poor refereeing, I felt like he mishandled the injury situations. And then one of them, the second one, I don't know why they were taking so long. Like, if it's going to take more than 5 minutes, unless it's a broken leg or something really serious, you should be getting the stretcher on and getting him off the pitch. You shouldn't be allowing time to just go by like that. Really poor refereeing, I felt. I thought it was quite a weak ref, if I'm being honest with you. Naismith adds a lot of defensive stability, but also slows us down quite a lot. It's a shame, really, because Naismith, I think he is a good ball-playing defender, but yeah, he needs to move the ball quicker. Mark, you've commented saying, why do you think Rob Edwards is doing so much better at Middlesbrough? Because of his assistant manager. If you don't know who is Rob Edwards' assistant manager, basically he's the ex-Coventry assistant manager who was under Mark Robins for many, many years, that went up through the leagues. He's known for being a tactician, really good with his tactics. So Rob Edwards is the look pretty one and says things in the media and hugs the players, while his number two is the one that's probably doing all the work, is how I kind of view it. So yeah, I think it's more his assistant manager that's getting him out of trouble. I think if you take him away, I don't think Rob Edwards does the start which he's had at Middlesbrough. So yeah, that's how I view that situation. Chris, you've commented saying, thought Nelson was man of the match, was involved in all 3 goals and was unlucky when he hit the post. 100%, I thought it was a fantastic performance from him. I thought his yellow card was very harsh. I don't know why the referee gave him a yellow card for that. I felt if he never got the yellow, he would have stayed on the pitch a lot more than he did. Mark, you've commented saying Zach will be an awesome player. I think he will be as well. Let me know your thoughts actually on this. So I did see a post and I kind of agreed to it to a certain extent. So obviously Luton fans sing Zach Nelson is one of our own. Now, what people don't, I don't know if people know this, Zach Nelson signed for Luton when he was 15 after being released from Tottenham. So he was at Tottenham for lots of years, like I think from like the age of 9. And I feel like personally, a player can't be deemed as one of your own if he only spent like a certain amount of years in the academy, if that makes sense. I feel like if a player did a lot of his foundations with a football club, then you can deem him as he's one of your own. But if he's only been at the football club for a couple of years in the academy, I don't know if you can classify that as being one of your own if you break through to the first team, if that makes sense. So I do get the point, but I also get that, you know, it's quite common in modern day football now that academy players, they do just go from club to club now. So let me know how you kind of view that. Do you think, yeah, Nelson is one of our own, or do you believe actually he kind of isn't, but he did break through to the first team? Let me know how you think, because James Justin, he was at Luton like from a very young age and then worked his way through the academy. That's completely different to what Zach Nelson did, and I think Joe Johnson's also the same as James Justin. So let me know how you kind of view that scenario down in the live stream chat. Neil, you put, I quite like the green kit. Yeah, I think the colour for me just puts me off. Morning, Lewis. Tremendous win yesterday. Yes, it really was. I wish Alli would stop that goal celebration. One day it's going to come back to bite us. I know it is. It's great to know that we would get 20% of the James Justin transfer, 2 million in the old school, in the old Sky Rocket, 100%. Philip, you commented saying, where's your comment? I've lost your comment. Any rumours on Teden Menji leaving? No, there's absolutely nothing. Yeah, just nothing at all. But I don't think he is. I think Matt Bloomfield likes him, and I think Teden Menji, he would be available for the Plymouth game. I think they said he was quite close to coming back to first team action. Nicholas, you've put, why is everyone panicking? We are 6 games in with a completely new team. We have a lot of quality in there. Once it all gels, we will walk it. I'm expecting 100 points. It's only League One. See, this is why everyone's panicking, because if you're going to set an expectation of 100 points, then yeah, I think people are going to panic, because I think people think getting 100 points is easy. It's not. And we've already lost 2 games. So if you was to tell Cardiff fans they're going to hit 100 points, I think they would believe you because of their current style. But if you was to ask me and everyone else if Luton were going to hit 100 points, we're not. I'd be absolutely gobsmacked if we hit 100 points. I don't believe we will. I think we're miles away from doing that at the moment. We need to win games for football on a regular basis, which we've struggled to do yet. So until we do that, then we can start talking about hitting a certain point tally of that high. George, you've put that green shirt is really growing on me. Good joke there. If we put in top performances like that against Burton throughout the whole season, it will be somewhat unbelievable. Yep. Keep it coming, guys, with the puns. Keep it coming. Philip, you put, is Anderson a possible out too? I don't think so. Daylight commented saying, what is your prediction for Arsenal versus Liverpool? I'm hoping it's a goal scoring. I'm going to watch that, but I hope it's like a really entertaining game. I'm going to go with 2-2. Eze going to be playing for Arsenal, which is really good to see. But yeah, I reckon a really high goal scoring game. Neil, you've commented saying, Nicholas, it's not going to be as easy as you seem. You think it's going to be? Yeah, I disagree. It's going to be that easy. It's just, it don't matter what league you're in. You've got to, back your quality up, and at the moment we're not quite doing it on a regular basis. Really hope we get good news in Morris and Archer tomorrow. Quality players, I think they will be absolutely quality. Chong played for Sheffield United yesterday. Just shows you that he didn't want to play for us. I think he was always going to be available for this game against Burton on the weekend. If we didn't sell him, he was going to be on the bench. So I don't know if he would have came on, but he never done really much in a Luton shirt, did he, Chong? So let him go. Let him do what he needs to do. Sheffield United have started off the championship season really badly, in fact. So I don't know what's going on at that football club, but Ruben Sellers needs to get back to doing something right because, yeah, it's not great. Hi, Lewis. We should see some of our fringe players Tuesday night who need minutes. Yeah, I believe so as well. It'd be a fairly rotated side. We'll soon find out after the deadline day is over which players might be featuring. Hopefully we'll see a couple of the new signings play. Fingers crossed. Neil, you commented saying, George, I'm so glad Wafferman didn't want to play for us, and what he really did, and what did he really ever do for us except a goal against Liverpool? Yeah, he didn't do much. Barnsley's DK midfielder is also a rumour. Yeah, but I don't know how actually true that rumour is, Martin, if I'm being honest with you, from what I've seen. Jelly Belly 27, good that we are branching out in getting players from further afield. Very good, very, very good. Traveller UK, I've seen you commented this before. Luton's market value, 52 million. It honestly means nothing, the market value. And that Transfer Market's an awful website to look at who suggests market value on players because it's completely wrong. Like, some of the players they say are worth a certain amount of money are just not. So honestly, don't look at that because it's just wrong information. I promise you it's just wrong. So yeah, just don't look at it like that. Charlie LTFC, who's this Archer? I haven't heard anything about him. He's a left wing back that also plays as a left winger and also a number 10 for Cheltenham, so he can play in multiple positions. I would argue and say he's probably Cheltenham's best player, actually, and he's the only real good thing about their football club right now. George, you've commented saying just need Jerry Yates to score now. Yes, exactly. Nicholas, how much do you think we got for Chong, and do you think he does well at the Blades? 2.5 million rising to 3 million is what's being reported for Chong in what we've received. I don't know if he would do well at Sheffield United. If they play him in the same position as what we did, then no. But if they play him as a left winger, which is his actual position, then yeah, I think he might do something. But I really don't know. Neil, you've put, but after yesterday's result, it feels that we are getting closer to the root of the problem. We just need to get the right combinations in defence, midfield and attack. I keep saying this to people, and people kept saying, oh, we need to change the formation. We need to change the formation. The formation was never the issue at the start of this year. Last year, it was an issue because during an injury crisis, we decided to keep playing players out of position, which kept doing my head in. And we never changed to a back four, which we should have done because we had an injury crisis. This time round, we've had a couple of injuries, but it hasn't been an issue. we've done well in certain games, in certain moments in games, when we've got the right combinations on the pitch. And yesterday against Burton, all over the pitch, we had the right combinations, moving the ball nicely, breaking teams down, creating chances, scoring goals, moving the ball well. Five at the back proved it can work. Oh, I just see Neil, your message just went well over my head. It's too early. See, you guys doing puns and jokes in the chat. I'm like, it's going well over my head. It's far too early for me to click onto these things straight away. Martin, you commented saying Asgard, wrong move. To be honest with you, Martin, like, he went to get an international call up, and that's exactly what he's got from going. The Norway boss thinks the Scottish Premiership is better than League One, unfortunately, and he's an absolutely idiot for thinking that, because there's only 2 good teams in that league, I'm afraid, and one of them is actually having a really poor start to the season, and that's the club which Asgard is currently at. Russell Martin is having an absolutely shocking time at the football club, and Asgard, I think he featured in the 7-0 defeat to Club Rouge, and he got taken off at half time. Matt Bloomfield made him a big mistake starting Jerry H so quickly. He needs to get up to match fit, and now you've got the confidence at the top end. Championship striker. Daylight time lapses. You've commented saying, I'm not too sure if you can go up, because despite yesterday you weren't scoring many goals and half of them were lucky, so I'm not too sure about autos for you yet. How were the goals yesterday lucky? We actually moved the ball nicely and created decent chances. I don't understand how the goals yesterday was lucky. Yeah, I don't get that comment. Yeah, we created clear-cut chances. So yeah, I don't really get it. Not yesterday, but before the game they were. The only lucky goal was against Wimbledon, which was an own goal. The other goals haven't really been lucky. Okay, the Peterborough goal, where we closed down the goalkeeper, but the goal against Bradford wasn't lucky. The other goal against Peterborough wasn't lucky, and the 3 goals against Burton wasn't lucky. So yeah, they haven't all been lucky. It was very clever leafing Naismith out of the team. Oh, Neil. Mark, you put, it is nice to see the goals being shared out. Let's hope it's a trend for the season. Yes, exactly that. Just more and more players just scoring goals. We don't need to be relying on one player. It needs to be loads of players we can rely on. And I did notice that Morris, he scored again for Derby. He's on his 4th goal, I think, for Derby this year. He's firing in front of goal. But fair play to him. And also, I think he gave away the penalty as well. I haven't seen the football highlights, but I was just looking at the stats and looking at the match summaries and stuff like that. I will be watching the football highlights today, but I think he might have given away the penalty for Ipswich to score in the last minute of the game. Dave, you've commented saying, much better game. Our team looked like a team playing well and enjoying their football. Nordås off the mark. Yeah, spot on with that comment. Playing really good football. They looked like they enjoyed it. Nordås getting confidence and scoring and getting assists. Things are looking really good right now. Let's hope any new signings are match ready. Well, if they're not match ready, then at least, they've got a week and a half to the next league game to get up to match sharpness. But hopefully we're actually signing players that have actually played a few games so far this season. And if it is like Ethan Archer, he'll be match ready because he's been playing for Cheltenham. Charlie, LTFC, you've put, you're not thinking of our team, it's just new signings, so they've just got to work on getting together. And as it's the start of the season, it does take time. Yeah, of course it does. It does take time. It's not going to be a 5-minute job. It's going to, they need time to click. And the new players will get there eventually. I really like Nigel Longvike. I think he's a really, really good signing. And yesterday he showed why we signed him. George, you've commented saying thought Matt Bloomfield got it right yesterday. I did as well, making lots of made the correct decisions with his starting 11. The great games, you commented saying what a derby feeding Morris that we weren't. Difference is Morris is staying in the box for Derby. From watching him play, and I've watched Derby play against Bristol City, he stayed in the box. He wasn't doing all the other bits of work which he was being made to do at Luton. So yeah, I think just him being in the box all the time. Cardiff looking good, but Huddersfield look bad away from home. They also seem inconsistent. Cardiff definitely look good, but Huddersfield, they're the ones at the moment that, despite lots of people backing them for promotion, they're not finding it as easy as what people thought they would. Derby still lost though, if I remember correctly. I think they got a 2-2 draw against Ipswich yesterday. Most of Morris's goals were penalties. Yes, they were. Doncaster crowd only 2,000 in their grounds. Doncaster played against Rotherham, didn't they? That's a Yorkshire derby, isn't it? Sonny Bradley scored, but then got sent off. Yeah, I did see that. It was quite funny. I think James Collins actually set him up as well. LTFC George, you've put Celtic v Rangers today, and Asgard is starting. I'd be rooting for him. I think he'll do okay, but Russell Martin needs to sort it out. Is it 12 o'clock kickoff, that game? I might actually watch that while I'm at the gym. I'm going straight to the gym after this live stream. Yeah, it is. Rangers v Celtic, 12 o'clock. I'm going to put that on while I've got to do like an 8K run as part of my training plan. So I will be doing that, watching the game while doing that. Just trying to see if there's any rumours that are appearing. I reckon today is going to be a very busy day. I know the club are working. I did see as well that Chio Ogbene has had... he's been told he can leave on loan, actually. I don't know if we'll go in for him, but personally I think he won't drop to League One, but he's been told he can leave Ipswich to play regular first-team football. Charlie, you've commented saying, I think all of our signings have something there. It's just Yates getting off to a slow start. I thought he got much more involved yesterday. I think it was a lot more busier. Who do I think has been the best out of Luton, Cardiff and Huddersfield? It's got to be Cardiff. They haven't lost a game, so you have to say Cardiff. I think we've done better than Huddersfield. Actually, hang on. Let me have a look here. Because I think Huddersfield have had harder fixtures. So let me have a quick look at who's done better between us and Huddersfield. So Huddersfield are 6 and we're 7. So they've scored more goals, but they've also conceded more at the same time. So I would have to say them, because they have played harder opponents so far this year compared to us. So if I have a look at if we have a quick look at who they've played. So first game of the season, they played Leyton Orient. Then they went to Reading, played against Blackpool, played against Doncaster, played against Stevenage, and then they've played against Barnsley. I think those are harder opponents compared to what we've played against. So I'm going to have to say it will go Cardiff, Huddersfield, Luton. Is that Morris winger here yet? Not too sure, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty much done deal. Neil, you've commented saying our recruitment team seems to have got back to how it used to be. Every signing has made a good impact to the team since the January transfer window. It's improved because we've improved the recruitment team. We've added a couple more additions to it. We've also signed... we've got a new first team recruitment guy now in Yusuf, who's part of it, and he's making good signings. Is Nakamba fit? If he's been called up, then I guess so. Hope he scores a quick fire hat-trick for Zimbabwe. We play him for a game or two and he performs, put himself in the shop window. The thing is, though, we want him to do it now or not after the window. It's no good scoring a hat-trick after the window. We need you to score a hat-trick now so you can get out of the football club. You know, he's one of the probably the highest earners in the team, and he's not even playing. He can't even get into the first team because he's hardly ever fit. He's always like getting injured. Wonder how long it will be if we see Elijah Adebayo again. I think he might be back for at least for January. If he's been out since March. He's had that's at least 9 months. So you are looking at December, January with modern day facilities now. Recovering back from an ACL, you can get back quicker than compared to previous years. Nakamba's the highest paid water boy in League One. Honestly, for me, Nakamba really frustrates me because he's training twice a week, apparently, which was confirmed by Matt Bloomfield. He's just more of a liability, isn't he? He's not actually someone you can actually trust. Jacob Brown, I don't know how he's not even back yet. I think he broke his foot, but I can't believe it's taken this long to get him to match sharpness. So he's got to be back soon. So, when players get back from full fitness, we're going to be so strong. We're going to have so many competition for places. It's going to be quite exciting. And Matt Bloomfield's got to get the right personnel at the right time. And then we can start showing our true colours. It would be nice if Adebayo could get back to something like his best. Yes, hopefully Adebayo can. Charlie, you've commented saying it's annoying because the player Nakamba was, but his legs aren't holding on. Yeah, his legs are just going, essentially. Philip, you put, we don't want loans in or out. We want permanent signings if possible. To be fair, though, if we can't get the players out of the football club, I don't mind them being loaned out. But then at the same time, I don't mind a decent Premier League loan. Andy, you've commented saying most players are out with a broken ego. I would take a good Prem loan. Should Nakamba retire? I don't know. I think he just needs to go and play football at a level where the intensity isn't as high as it is in England. Neil, you've put training to do. Nakamba would injure himself picking up his wage pack. Nakamba hat-trick. I know. Charlie, you've put, to be fair, Philip, the loans we have right now have an option to buy and they're looking good. Yes, Nigel Longvike, if we win promotion, we've got an obligation to buy him. And then Gideon Kadir, we've got an option to buy with him as well. So those are your two Premier League loans, which we have a potential chance at keeping if we do well and, if they do well as well. So fingers crossed we can bring these players to the club on a permanent basis because so far they've done quite well in a Luton shirt. But I reckon recruitment-wise for Monday, get a winger in, get a left-back in, get a number 10 in or like a creative midfielder in. If you can get 3 players in, I'll be happy. I don't think we need a striker. We've got far too many strikers now. And with Brown on the verge of coming back, I don't see where a new striker would play. I know Woodrow might be leaving. But I don't see how a player's going to break through. Unless you buy one for the future. Loans with an option to buy are great business. Yeah, it can be quite smart when you get it right. George, you've put, still got a Dauphin that might be coming back soon. Yeah, I think he's going to be back around October, November time. He's someone that can play in multiple positions as well. What happened to Baptiste? He's done his ACL. I think if Kadir keeps playing the way he becomes a top tier player. Yeah, I think he just needs to keep going, keep improving, add goals and assists to his game. We can blossom when the signings are in and players are fit. honestly, there's so much potential with this squad. That's why I'm like, we can't get rid of Matt Bloomfield. That's why when people were saying sack him, I'm like, it's gonna get better. It's just we've just got to go through this like rough patch. But at the same time, you can't perform the way we have done in certain games in certain periods of time. So we've got to, at the same time, make sure we step up when we can. Can't wait for a Dauphin to be back. What a player. Honestly, he's meant to be like the real deal. Like, he's a fantastic player, especially at this level. And he's played championship football as well. Neil, you've put, made me laugh when Matt Bloomfield said Chong was back on the grass. Now problem was it was Sheffield United's grass. I'm so glad Rich T has gone. You're really not a fan of him, Neil, are you? At the moment, he's living rent-free in your head. Do fans need to get behind the team more? I would say so. I think we've been a bit too overly critical at times. I think we should support them more. So if they do a bad pass, like, don't just moan and groan about it. Like, just get behind them because they're trying. Like some of the players that are playing, especially the ones yesterday, they didn't contribute to back-to-back relegations. Keeley didn't. Chris Makosso didn't. Nigel Longvike didn't. Saville didn't. So we need to like back these players. Dave, Calvert-Lewin is not on a free transfer. So yeah, I don't know where you've read that information. But Calvert-Lewin plays for Leeds. Vardy is a free transfer, but he's not coming to Luton. Let's not talk silly here, boys and girls. Come on. Let's not go down that route because Vardy's not coming to Luton. George, you've put, even though we're in a rough patch right now, but we're still getting wins and clean sheets, we can't really complain, and we can still get better, which excites me. I do think, yeah. I think the good thing is we're not at our very best yet. We can still get better, and we've still got players to come back as well that can still improve us, and we're still going to be making a couple more additions. So we're in a good position. Rent-free, I'm charging Chong double. Morning, Lewis. I would like a left back that can perform as soon as it hits the ground running, but with over 24 hours, there may be panic buys. However, a loan wouldn't be a bad option. I don't think we'll see a panic buy. We're not in a position where we'll have a panic buy, I don't think. I think if the club can't get a left back in, they just will go into the season without another left back. I don't think they'll panic. After what Alli's performance was at left wing back yesterday, I don't think the club will panic too much. And then Cohen Bramall, he's getting up to match sharpness. He will play against Barnet on Tuesday. It'd be nice to see more of him. Just to see what he's all about. I'm trying to think who's available. I think Chigozie, he'll play against Barnet on Tuesday. I think Yates needs to play against Barnet on Tuesday. Who else? Richards as well. I'd like to see him. I don't know if Walters will be back. Shea, of course, will play on Tuesday. I think Cal Naismith as well will play on Tuesday because he didn't play against Burton. I'm trying to think of what other players will play on Tuesday. My question is, when will they learn to not sign injury-prone players? Name me one who has been a success. See, all right, let me just revert this question because I'm going to entertain this comment. Who have we signed that is injury-prone in this summer window? Who's the injury-prone player? I'll wait for that comment. Hoping to see Jake Richards and Chigozie. Martin, Elliot Lee is in the past. We can get better. I'd rather look for someone a little bit younger. Personally, yeah. Rather we sign someone a bit younger who's got potential to, with a high ceiling, because I think Elliot Lee, he's coming towards more the end of his career. So yeah, Neil, you've put, even if we didn't get anyone else in, I honestly think we would be good enough squad-wise, and if we needed to, we can add in January, and then we don't have to panic buy now. Exactly, there is still another window in a couple of months' time, so we can also get players in then. Ross, you've put Liam Walsh was injury prone but has been a success. I wouldn't go down as success. I think he's been quite inconsistent. I think he's had good games, he's had bad games, but he's been made a lot more available. He's been a lot more available since we've signed him. But we still have players from previous. Everyone signs a player that gets regular injuries. It's common in football. It's the luck, you know. You don't go and sign a player and you hope that he gets injured frequently. The only one that we've done in recent times that's a constant injury-prone player is Baptiste, who had previous bad injury records. That's the only one. Izzy Brown was a couple of years ago. So people make out like we do it on a regular basis. We don't. Like, we've just been really unlucky with some players. Mans Anderson, when we signed him, he played regularly for Barnsley, but since he's been a Luton player, he's been constantly injured. That unfortunately is just part of football. Nakamba before us, to be fair, when we signed Nakamba, he played regularly for us, didn't he? On that loan spell, he played week in, week out. So we were signing a player that absolutely smashed the championship. And I think if you ask 80% of the fan base, if you ask the fan base, I reckon 80% of the fan base would have gone, yes, I would love to re-sign Nakamba. So I don't think signing Nakamba was a bad thing. I think it made sense at the time. Baptiste, however, that's the one where, okay, you can look at and go, he had a very bad injury record before signing, and maybe we shouldn't have gone down that route, but we did. And unfortunately, it's just not paid off. But the other players which were brought to the football club, they're not injury prone. They're just not. Dave, you commented saying, I think we should be talking about Paracourt and when it will be finished. I don't think anyone knows when it's going to be finished, Dave. I really don't. Charlie, you've put, we've signed 11 to 12 players. Only one is out with an injury, but we knew that, and he is an injury prone. Exactly. We haven't signed injury prone players this summer, and I will argue with anyone on that comment. You guys have loads of Prem money and should dominate the league. I don't think any team has the right to dominate it. I think you've got to earn that right. And at the moment, we're not quite doing that. But there's a particular reason why. George, you've put, the last time we was in League One, we had a tough start. Then we went on to have a 28-game unbeaten run. And if we would like to, start that unbeaten run against Burton, that would be very nice. So 27 games to go to keep being unbeaten. Can we try and beat that 28-game unbeaten run? I think when I looked at Birmingham and looked how many defeats they had, I think they had 2 defeats after October. So we need to kind of go on a decent run here. And yeah, just build up form, build up some confidence. Matt Bloomfield knows this level. We've got the right manager for me. Tom, you've put, alongside Shaden Morris, strong rumours we are signing Ethan Archer from Cheltenham. Where are people seeing these rumours? I've literally just gone online and I'm seeing absolutely nowhere of Ethan Archer being linked to the football club. And to be fair, look, when people are saying Ethan Archer, I knew about Ethan Archer weeks ago, by the way, that we were looking at him. So where are people seeing these rumours? Because I'm seeing nothing legit anyway. Unless people are classing as someone talking about him as a legit rumour, then I don't know. But I'm literally reading the latest bit of news about him, and I cannot find Luton and Ethan Archer at all. So where are people reading this? No results found for Ethan Archer Luton. So where are you finding this information, guys? Strong win at Burton yesterday. Love the Viz Lewis. Keep it up. Thank you very much, mate. I completely agree. Everyone gets a player who gets injured currently. I can't remember what Premier League team just signed a player and it just got injured. It's completely normal. It just happens. Injuries are part of the game, unfortunately. Apparently, he's having a medical. Well, happy days if he is, because he's a fantastic player. They haven't put any updates in about Power Court in a long time, but I don't expect anything from our club now. They ain't exactly communicating with the fans on anything nowadays. Yeah, for me, it's very, very, very tough to figure out. Oh, it's on Discord. Is it in the... Oh, is it what's... Oh, I know what Discord it is. Hang on. Let me have a quick look. Let me get the phone up. Right, let's have a quick look. Who's talking about it? Is it in the transfer discussion bit? Right, let's have a quick look. Who posted it? Who posted it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. God, they've been talking quite a bit in the Discord, haven't they? God, they've been... Right, I don't think I'm going to get... I don't think I can find it, but I'll speak to someone. But hey, look, Ethan Archer for me is a great player. Fantastic player, in fact. And I would love the signing of him. If people want to know where the money has gone, think Power Court wages and read the published financial accounts made public each year. Quality players with potential. Price doesn't always reflect. You can see the current work that's happening at Power Court all the time. It's on YouTube. Yes, that is correct as well. I think they're about to remove the substation. I think it's pretty much done. But there are people online doing updates and stuff. I'm the wrong person. I don't really get any of it. It's too complicated for me to understand. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you so much for being active in this past hour. Hopefully, Luton, by the time I speak to you guys next, we'll sign a couple of players and we can celebrate. Got Barnet on Tuesday. Hopefully, the squad players and the youngsters can do well against Barnet and, yeah, win that game. Because I wouldn't mind going to Wembley this year. That'd be a nice trip and win another cup competition. But, yeah, Barnet on Tuesday. No game next weekend, so a nice little break from us for us. And hopefully positive vibes, positive transfers and positive fan base. And yeah, we can be happy onwards and upwards. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated. Please smash the like button. I'll see you in the video which I'm going to be publishing today, which is 5 things which we learned from the game against Burton. But yeah, apart from that, thank you so much. And I'll see you all in the next one.